Welcome back to week 3 of the CLA Weekly Recap. My name is AP. This is Danny here on my right. We had the chance to check out some great games this past weekend, some awesome high school football action. Let's start it off with you, Danny. You went out to Nevada to check out Bishop Gorman, take on St. John Bosco. How'd that one end up?
That's right. I drove out to Vegas for the game of the year. Undefeated Bosco versus Gorman. Great atmosphere. The game was delayed about an hour due to lightning, but once things kicked off, it was a great game. Tate Martell just shined. They got up to a 27-3 lead, but Bosco rallied back, showed the heart of a champion, made it a really close game. Gorman pulled out the 34-31 victory, but both teams played a wonderful game. It was a great atmosphere.
It was awesome to see two West Coast powerhouses head-to-head on ESPN in front of a national audience. Great exposure for both programs, and kudos to Gorman for pulling out the victory by only 3 points. Seems like it was a really close one.
It came down to an onside kick that seemed like it was up in the air for a while. I think Tyjon Lindsey came up with the big recovery for the...
And you know what? Watching that replay actually on ESPN, DVR'd that game and had a chance to watch it since I couldn't go myself. It looked like Bosco did have a chance at that onside kick, but unfortunately...
It was one of the best kicks I've seen, actually.
Personally, I had a chance to go check out Hart against Corona Santiago. It was a battle of two Elite 11 quarterbacks, Brady White against Blake Barnett. The atmosphere was electric. There was a ton of people there covering the game. The guys from the opening were out there. We saw them on the sidelines checking out a few of their alums. But it was an awesome game. Brady White ended up edging Blake Barnett, had 7 touchdown passes, and actually a breakout performance from a junior running back. Not too many people know this name, but Nelson James, remember that name from Hart. He's amazing. Blake Barnett had a great game. Unfortunately, the defenses weren't as strong. I remember you predicted last week the game might get into the 50s, 57-35. Hart pulled out the victory. Brady White claimed his supremacy for Elite 11 QBs, at least here during the regular season. We checked out a couple of other games. Talk about our other matchups that we checked out last weekend.
There was Chaminade versus Loyola. It was a Mission League matchup of undefeated squads. Loyola jumped out to an early lead, but Chaminade was able to wear them down and came out with a 24-7 victory. Both Diamond and Brandon Lee had nice games and had touchdowns for the Eagles.
You know who I like for them is TJ Pledger, the youngster. He's an up-and-coming star.
The kid can go for sure. They got another tough matchup this Thursday at Alemany against another undefeated squad. Should be a great game as well.
Another nail-biter. Seems like there were close games all over. Crespi Bishop Amat, that one went into overtime. And actually Tyler Vaughn's Bishop Amat wide receiver, 2016 kid, he took over the game for Bishop Amat, but it just wasn't enough. And I believe Zari Leacock had the pick 6 towards the end there that ended up sending the game. The game ended up going to overtime after that. However, Crespi is a tough team. They're still undefeated.
In another Mission League matchup, Sarah edged out Notre Dame of Sherman Oaks in 28-23. Another classic battle between those two programs came down to the very last play again.
Another game we were at, some great highlights in that one. Cornerback 2015 kid Mike Little, he's a senior, 2 interceptions against a great Sarah team. Wide receiver Deontay Burnett had an incredible touchdown catch in the back of the end zone. That was simply amazing. Definitely a classic Mission League matchup. And another one that came down to the wire. I believe, Sarah had a safety there at the end. If Notre Dame would have fell on that ball in the end zone, it would have been a touchdown, and the 21-16 score would have been a little bit different.
Now, in addition to the Chaminade Alemany game on Thursday, there's a lot of other great matchups. Aaron, where are you going to head out on Thursday?
This may be one of the best matchups of the year so far. We got Westlake versus Mater Dei. Mater Dei's traveling out there to play Westlake, and it should be a great one. Mater Dei's got that tough defense. It should be a great game. Considering Westlake played Long Beach Poly really well, this is going to be a good matchup to determine who does have the most stout defense in the CIF Southern Section. Right now, it's got to be between Mater Dei and Long Beach Poly, but I guess we'll see what Mater Dei does against a tough Westlake offense.
There's also Tesoro at San Clemente, two up-and-coming squads that should be a very close battle.
You got USC quarterback commit Sam Darnold leading the way for San Clemente in that one. That definitely should be a great game.
In Corona Centennial, the tough schedule continues. They're at Valencia this week. The Vikings always play well at home. Should be another high-scoring battle.
Now, Corona Centennial is definitely a great squad, and now despite their 2-2 record right now, they are ranked in the top 5 in the CIF Southern Section, according to some. But Corona Centennial is a team that has a great chance to run the table for the rest of the year.
Yep, I think so. They are definitely on a roll.
A lot of hype around this last game, and it's not just hype. The kid's really good. Give us your personal thoughts on 2017 quarterback Tate Martell.
Tate Martell was just absolutely magnificent against Bosco. Anytime the rush was closing on him, he was able to buy time, extend plays with his feet, break the pocket, deliver an accurate pass, converted several 4th downs, ran for first downs when he had to. The kid is truly a special player, and I just can't wait to see him grow over the next couple of years.
Now, your thoughts. Bosco's coming off a close loss at Bishop Gorman. They got Crenshaw this weekend. What do you think is going to happen in that matchup?
I think Bosco's going to roll out to a big victory, probably at least by 6-7 touchdowns, to be honest. I think they're going to get back on a winning roll.